It smells good out here. Hi. My toes are cold. Well, we're in the midst of an ice storm. I guess maybe like the beginning of an ice storm in Zone 7B in North Carolina. I have to start Lisianthus and digitalis today. I've been massively overthinking this seed starting process, and I have a lot of supplies and materials to get those seeds started in the greenhouse. There's just so much information out there. Everybody's saying like, do this, don't do that, use this mix, don't use that mix, definitely don't use this. That makes me a little nervous. I didn't look at some of these seeds like before I bought them. I just kind of looked at the flower like, oh, that looks beautiful. I'm gonna try that. And then I find out it's one of the slowest to germinate. So we're just gonna go with it. It might take a while to see any peak of anything, but that's what we are doing all of this for. To trust at least the basics of the process. I have a couple things I'm gonna do today just to create a little bit more warmth in the greenhouse. I will take you along. If you're new to my channel, my name is Shawnee and I garden in Zone 7B as well as Zone 8A in the Southeastern United States. And I've just been documenting my entire journey of turning my gardens into my dream garden. And if you haven't yet seen it, I built a lean-to modern greenhouse covered in corrugated polycarbonate panels. So if you want to see that, I'll link to a playlist where you can watch those videos. Today, like we always do, let's just get our hands on something, get our hands in something, and figure out 16 weeks from now if what we did is bad. Okay. What? Yeah? What happened? It's 22 degrees in here. I have to figure out what the percentage means. I don't know if that's humidity. I can't imagine that it is humidity because it feels very dry in here. It's just very dry and cold. So I think I'm going to take my bin here and we are going to go to the garage with this. I don't think I'm going to last very long out here. I'm going to bring just a couple of tools that are going to help me make it a little bit easier. We're going to see if we could at least get these mats heated up. Right now it's reading as 22 degrees Fahrenheit, which is much too cold. I do have an issue that I have some openings over here in the roof, trying to brainstorm some ideas of how to close that up just to at least like keep more heat here in the greenhouse. Don't really know how to best do that. Still kind of thinking it through. I have these. Oh, they already have. Oh, perfect. Okay, I swiped these from the office because nobody was going to be using them. They were garbage from an event, and they're perfect. So I'm actually going to use these. Use these as my dome. Let's just see how warm these get. Now the heat mat doesn't get that hot. It really just gets warm. So I'm not super worried about the plastic being on top of it. Lila Kilo, where are my puppies? Come on, Snow Bunny. Whoa! If it were warmer, I would probably be doing this in the greenhouse, near the greenhouse. But I'm going to the garage because, oh my God, I'm not built for the cold. I have a lot of respect for my fellow citizens and humans of Minnesota. Keep fighting. It's not okay. I think if more people were into gardening, the world would be a better place. People just need to put time, care, and energy into taking care of something for no other reason than to cultivate life. I don't know. It's not okay. I don't know though. I do know some people who garden who are not good people. I don't know. Just be good. Hi! Hi! Uita? Drop. Good boy. Lila, come here. Do you want to say hi to them? Okay, here, you guys get to say hi. They want to show off for you guys. He loves the sticky. Look him! Let's figure this out in a way that makes sense. All right, we've got a watering can. We've got our soil blocker. I have made the decision to start my soil blocks with 2-inch blocks. This, in all the research that I did, seemed to be the most universal size that would allow me to not have to pot up. What I've discovered along the way of looking up a lot of this stuff, you want to avoid your seedling outgrowing its little block container, because once that happens, it stalls growth, and then there's a possibility it never fully recovers once you transplant it. If you use a soil block that's large enough, it won't outgrow the container before it's time. I know, you want to go sledding with the kids? I've got some extra little containers here where I can mix some stuff, like I could put my perlite or vermiculite in here. I have worm castings too. I have the seeds indoors. I haven't been storing them in the greenhouse because it's just way too cold. Like I said, the temperatures right now have been sticking around the 20s in the greenhouse. It's a little too cold. I've got a bin where I could mix my sifted compost. Actually, I've got to get this thing. I have a splatter screen for cooking, and I just thought, like, oh, that would actually make the perfect screen for screening my compost. And then I have some trays here. I did leave the other 2 trays in the greenhouse because I do want to see how warm those are going to get. And then I got a little scratch tool because I'm not about to scuff up my nails trying to do this or ruin all my gloves. I actually have a pair of neoprene gloves under this too. Scooper, another that thing, and to open the bags because I hate trying to rip bags open. Then I just get my nails like stuck in them. Ultimately, I'm trying to achieve the proper ratios of everything. I have my cocoa core. Let's go get our cocoa choir. I got the water, I got the cocoa core, I got the water and the cocoa core. Okay, well, got a problem here. My splatter screen, I didn't even look at it prior, but the splatter screen has almost no room to push anything through at all. And then I have a colander. Excuse me, no. Doesn't have enough holes in it for me to easily push my compost through. So trying to brainstorm some additional ideas. I'm going to expend my cocoa core, and maybe I'll use this for my cocoa core so it could give it a little more surface area to make sure I'm soaking everything in. Got warm water. Well, this might take quite a while. I'm gonna let it grow up. It's not really doing anything at all. Just want it to start swelling up with water before I put too much water. So that needs to sit. Now I need a solution for my compost. I think I'm gonna use this. I don't know if that's not good. Might have something in the shed. Let me go grab. We've got Kilo, Lila, where's Fleeches? I'm gonna try to keep my work area clean here. These can go back. I'm already very clear on a few things I'm gonna do differently next year, but right now is not next year. Right now is this year. So got this. I used to use this for fencing around some of the beds. I hate this stuff. Double it up. The holes are fairly large. Let's see, we're pretty much just going to create our own little mesh here. Let's see if we can use this. Okay. I mean, you know, not the worst thing in the world, but let's see where we're at. Oh, it's like a little sponge. Look, what am I doing? This? Oh, guys. I know it is freezing. Okay. Just think I'm a little disorganized because I'm just really trying to figure out how best to do a lot of this. Definitely needs way more water. That's not for baby drinkies. That is not for baby drinkies. Compost, Just going in here. I am a disaster right now. It's very hard to find what people recommend for compost specifically. Eventually found a few people who agreed on black cow compost. Everyone's like, oh, just put compost in it, and then nobody says like what kind. However, now my go-to when I need compost, I often use mushroom compost because I think like, oh, it's good, you know, for everything. Apparently not. They say use a good quality compost, but don't use mushroom compost. I'm glad I searched like 10 different sources. Because of my sifter capabilities, this might not. Nope, that's not gonna work. All of the chunks, everything that I don't want in it is falling through it. So I need to do something different. It doesn't sift anything out. Okay, well, we know that doesn't work. We're back to using it down. Too many chunks in here. Maybe I'll just discard my chunks in here. Well, that might take me a long time to do this. I'm going to need a better sifter. This is going to take me a very long time to do. Okay, let's see. These are still too big. No, that's not working. Sometimes doing this stuff brings on the feeling of just constant fumbling, and that's frustrating. I don't have a reliable way to sift the compost. So just don't right now. Come here, sit down. Cute, Lila, sit down. This is a little bit better and effective. Trying to get it evenly watered. Let's see if I can make this work. Really hoping. Oh, hi, Pop. Silly. Come here. I know, you're just a baby. Oh, God, there's nothing coming through. Just dust. I'm gonna get this right. Man, so f***ing stupid. It's almost nothing. Almost nothing. I hear a difference was made. I'm trying to sift this. It's so f***ing annoying. Sift some cow manure. This is taking forever. I need like 4 times this amount. I've been over here for the past hour and a half. I've made a mess. Probably best to do something like this outside. It's all over the floor. And if you can't tell, we use our garage as a gym. So I'm gonna have to clean the floor. This is one of those moments where you realize that things were made for a reason, and something like a soil or compost sifter is made for a reason. Let me show you what I have going on so far. Okay, I was only able to sift that much using that stupid little splatter screen that I poked the holes in. Cocoa core has broken down. I don't know, I'm gonna need more compost than that. Am I though? Am I really though? Because I got my 1 part compost, 1 part cocoa core. Could probably add a little bit more cocoa core. Worm castings. Perlite. little bit at a time, and then I'll mix it in. This is fun, and it comes with these little things called a dibbler. So it's this little plastic piece that creates an indentation, and I used small because the seeds I'm going to be sowing are very small. All right, we're going to do 2 trays. One is going to hold the Lisianthus, and one is going to hold digitalis, or the foxglove. Actually, I'm just wondering if I could just start them all on one tray and then move them as I need to. Don't want to have my gloves on for this. It's such a mess. Trying to pack them in sufficiently to get rid of any gaps, bubbles, or anywhere where they might want to break apart. Man, to think like 2 weeks ago I had no idea what this process was. I've never heard of this before. I've never seen anybody do anything like this before. Maybe I did. It's just one of those things I never paid attention to because I didn't really care. But now, this is what I'm doing. All right, my first soil blocks. Here we go. Wow. Wow. Okay. I did it. Nerve-wracking. Ah! Okay, so I have my first tray of soil blocks. Cover this. We could bring this out to the greenhouse. Maybe I'll just keep this one for Lisianthus. Look at that. It is so muddy. All right, I got these to 57. I'm going to put the temperature gauge right in here so I could keep a close eye on what's going on with these. They're very nice and moist. Hybrid Lisianthus. So I put in an order from Johnny's. I do hear a lot of people talking about Johnny's, and I figured I would try them this year because a lot of gardeners that do work that I really admire use Johnny's as well. These are pelleted seeds, which mean, oh yeah, that's cool. They make the seed easier to see. I'm just thinking for now that I use this whole tray for the Lisianthus. I am going to have to expand the storage area in here. Like if I try to do this per plant, I am absolutely going to run out of room. These are supposed to not be covered because I want the light on them. You're gonna see me put my first little seeds in. Let's be careful with that. Don't be a dum-dum. I'm gonna take about, I don't know, 3 of them. Yeah, these are small. Even with the pellets, tiny. So crazy to think that life forms from these little tiny itty bitty things. The good thing is with them pelleted, they are much easier to see. This is where having long nails helps a lot. Oh, I looked it up, like average germination rate. Average in general is like something like 67%. I'm just making sure I plant enough. Did turn out that I was able to use this whole tray for just my little Lisianthus, the little tiny ones. Humidity dome. Yeah, I'm gonna need more shelving in here. I feel like the only way to really know all of that is to use the space. Okay, well that's where I'm going to end the video for this week. I appreciate you coming along with me to start the first seeds of the season. My nerves feel kind of frazzled about this particular process. This actually helps me think ahead. I'm just learning things as I go, and if you want to see how everything turns out, I would love so much for you to hit that subscribe button. It just tells me to keep doing more of what I'm doing. If you've seen some stuff that maybe I could do better or any suggestions, I would love comments. I'm always trying to learn and get better at what I'm doing. I'm not a professional at this by any means. I am definitely going to get get a compost sifter. That was the piece of this particular project that was most defeating, was not being able to easily sift the compost and having that part of it take a lot longer than I anticipated. But I'm gonna keep babysitting these little babies. I am just working to make this the most epic garden season I have ever had. I'm optimistic and I'm hopeful that what I'm doing is going to produce a result. If it's going to be a phenomenal result, that's yet to be seen. And if it's not, then there's lots to learn from it. And that's all I could ever ask for, is that I continue to learn, continue to get better. Thank you for following along. Thank you for being here and watching me. Come back next Sunday at 9 a.m. Eastern. Stay warm and stay safe.